like, we live life on the edge. I was like, no, thank you.
There we go.
I was like, bro, like the fucking Korean government would let my wife come to the black.
Hello, my name is Christopher Wood. Hey, thank you for joining, whoever that is. My name is Christopher Wood, and I am a almost 6 year revenge retaliation victim of Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police who are human traffickers, human sex trade, slavery traffickers, who are guilty of false arrest, injuring, torturing, kidnapping, sex assaults, lies, time buying, cover ups, extortion, surrounding hands on guns, which I have shown and proven, having me medically blacklisted, stalked. My mother was stalked. Two of my dogs were killed. I am a 5 year, almost six, revenge retaliation victim of these police for speaking of their human trafficking and their homeless exploitation for monetary gain out of a place called the Morning Star Mission and possible money laundering. As a result, I became a victim, a target. I've been injured, skull split. I have full physical identity theft has been done to me. I am the victim of full, absolute 100% full physical identity theft. Compliments of these cops, compliments of Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors, compliments of the Justice of the Peace, and compliments of three mental health workers, ex inmates, psych ward patients, and their drug fed, money paid accomplices, co offender, junkie, lowlives who are committing homicides for O.p.p, revenge, retaliation, benefit. They're putting illegal prisoner tracking into their victims as well. O.p.p are involved with murdered and missing. There is also a reserve cop who is involved as well. He and his brother. O.p.p, whether they have transferred or not, who they are guilty of murder and attempted murder with intent to commit, guilty of full physical identity theft on me, guilty of torture crimes with the intent to frame, with the intent to murder and have it covered up. Compliments of Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, ex-chief or commander, year 2019, drove a white Jeep Wrangler before leaving Napanee. He is guilty of having me shot on the corner of Bridge and Center Street in Napanee of August of 2019. That's when everything began on me. Staff Sergeant, years 2019-2021, kidnapping, sodomy, sex assault. Shannon Cork, Robert Lucas, Dave Weiss, Constable Ward, Shelley Hafner, she's the one that had me kidnapped May 27th, 24 hours after me asking for help with what has taken place with me under false pretenses. Stacy, a mental health worker, was Kingston EMHS now was an Napanee Daily, Kingston EMHS, Spencer Mills 14716, Andrew Gov, Robert Kane 7224. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors who were criminally negligent involved in co-committing and covering up crimes for themselves and for everybody else, including having me falsely charged twice, medical file falsifications for discrimination, treatment refusals, and blacklisting, preventing me help and proof assuring this crime against me. Dr. Tatiana, or Dr. Margie B, she goes by, and also Dr. Tatiana V. Her name is Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic. She's also the girlfriend to Stacy Kingston AMHS. Other doctors who are criminally negligent in co-committing discrimination, treatment refusals with criminal intent, pedophiles as well. This guy here, he is guilty of attempted murder. He is a child sex offender and he is a child abuser. He is a drug dealer. He is a pimp and he is guilty of attempted murder on me. He is very well known with him for O.p.p. And none of these bastards can be arrested because they are committing murder for him and ending bloodlines. He is guilty of attempted murder and intent to commit. He actually hangs out with my mother's son. So my mother's son is also involved with his crimes as well against me. I call him my mother's son because he's a piece of shit and he is now associated to the very same ones who murdered our mother, so I have nothing to do with him. This is Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. He is the one that thinks that I am a wolf, the one that's guilty of blinding me. I have pictures where I look exactly like him, including having the same cockeye that he has. He is very seriously disturbed. None of these people can be arrested without $22,000, and they also have my computer hacked, so a lot of this stuff is being blocked to prevent help, to prevent it getting out. This is some of the damage that's been done to me. I now have a tube that goes in the back of my head, and I've not had that before. No surgeries either, so that certainly isn't normal. My skull's been seriously deformed in very serious different ways, and I have shown it and proven it. That tube that goes up from the back of my neck, it also goes up from my throat too. It goes from my groin to my right nipple, up to my throat, and up to the back of my head. And it expands, and I get piss and shit going through my head. I get piss and feces going through my fucking skull and my brain and head. My right lung has been completely destroyed. I do not feel my right lung when I breathe. The whole fucking right side of my body has been completely and totally fucking destroyed on me, and nothing I can do about it. I cannot get medical help unless I can afford to go down east or to Quebec or Manitoba. Compliments of Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, who assures fucking crimes for these low-life bastards who are nothing more than fucking Harvard inmate sex offenders who are working with them for O.p.p, committing identity thefts, brain injuring victims to cause long-term memory losses, causing fucking identity thefts to frame victims because they're putting illegal prisoner tracking in their victims as well, and murdering them and having it covered up, labeling their victims as criminals, labeling their victims so when they disappear, nobody's any wiser, labeling their victims as suicidal self-harmers, not true. So when they're being tortured and killed and they disappear, it's being covered up as just that. Well, they took their own life or they're drug addicts and they overdosed, and none of it is true. It is 100% homicide. This motherfucker here, he is guilty of stalking my mother. He is a wanted inmate. He is a sex offender, escapee. He has many alias names. He goes by Bill Waldridge, Bill Coldridge, Bill Del Rossable, James Bowles, Stephen Mavis, which is the name of an inmate escapee, and also Robert Cross. He is now bald, glasses. He thinks that he and I were switched at birth. He thinks that he is my dad. He was criminally stalking my mother and calling my mother mom, and he is guilty of murdering her December 20th, 2020 for O.p.p, a guy named Harry Hartwick. This is Bernadette Man Hustler. He is guilty of torture crimes. He's guilty of being involved in identity theft, brain injury. He is a criminal stalker. He is highly obsessed. He is a homosexual. He is a crackhead, meth head, and fentanyl head, and morphine. He is highly obsessed and jealous with the long hair that I used to have. He is very dangerous and he is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. This is a baby beater, and he is also guilty of attempted murder on me, Brandon Berry. This is another picture of the one known as Bill Waldridge, that's now bald, glasses, approximately 70 years old, that thinks that he and I were switched at birth. Shannon Quirk, O.p.p. cop, actually laughed in my face over me telling her to arrest him one time, telling me to file a report. Knowing it would have been burnt up, tore up, it would have done no good, as this piece of shit went on to stalk and kill my mother, and she knew exactly what he was going to do. She knew exactly what was going to happen, that he was going to kill her. And I say that 100% with. This is another picture of Brett the Hitman Hustler. I have pictures also where I look exactly like him. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is a sex offender. He recently committed a sodomy sex assault on a 14-year-old child who is now scared to go and get help legally or medically because of what will happen to this person in Napanee if he tries to, being a victim of these fuckers. They are destroying fucking lives, and they are murdering, they are committing identity thefts, they are brain injuring and torturing, and they are fucking getting paid and protected by the cops for doing it. This is a child groomer, one Raymond fucking LeBlanc. He lives behind Mamma Mia's pizzeria shop. He used to live in Brantford or Brampton. He got chased out of that city for being a pedophile. He is a child groomer. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is a criminal stalker, and he is also an animal killer. He also has animals too that he should not have because he kills animals. He killed my dog, tortured and killed my dog Runt March 24th, 2023, almost 2 years ago. He is a fucking child groomer. Here's another picture of the ones known as Bill Waldridge and Blair Hardy. These are the two that are guilty of stalking and killing my mother through O.p.p. and Harry Hartwick, who financed him allegedly. Here's a picture of one of the pictures of my skull being seriously deformed while going through this and not being able to get medical help because I've been called a delusional fucking hallucinating retard by doctors. So no matter what happens to me, I have to have it happen, and there's not a damn thing I can do medically, legally, or any other way. Because of these bastards, I am a revenge retaliation victim of the police, and that trumps everything. When they want people killed, it gets done, and they assure it in Napanee. And the doctors there are just as very fucking seriously dangerous. They have no concern for life, and they have proven it. This is another picture of the homosexual Blair Hardy. He is also allegedly an O.p.p. cop too. Constable Detective Blair Hardy came to make him the brother or stepson to one drug cop, Robert Kane, who would probably be their meth supplier, their drug supplier that they traffic for. This is Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns again, Dale Hartwick's girlfriend, the one that thinks that I am a wolf. This is Dale Hartwick himself, the one that's now a rat informant. He is my cousin. He is now guilty of attempted murder on me. He is guilty of identity theft on me. He is guilty of torture crimes on me, brain injuring me, skull splitting me, deforming me, body mutilations, all through all through the fucking cops to get stabbing charges dropped. So don't trust him. He's a rat informant. Each and every one of them are. And I'm going to show you a picture of his dangerous uncle, too. The one that let me do his wife is a 15-year-old in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The one that took me as a 10-year-old kid and put duct tape on my nuts. Thought it was a fucking joke because he's sadistic. This is him right there. He is approximately 85 years old. He is also guilty of attempted murder on me. I am the end of my bloodline, and I share DNA with each and every one of these pieces of shit fucking garbage now. And it can be 100% proven. My life and everything, my fucking identity has been taken as a joke while these cocksuckers are getting away with murdering and being fucking paid for it through drugs because it's for the cops who have no laws above them. And they have proven it. This is Jason Gimpy Two-Step Van Alstein. He is a fentanyl dealer. He is a crackhead. He is guilty of a murder in 2021. He is guilty of stalking me for the past 6 fucking years. He's guilty of identity theft and attempted murder. I have pictures where I look exactly like this inbred lowlife, and I'm no relation to him. I am 52 years old and he is approximately 45. He's an obsessed fucking homosexual. Each and every one of them are. They're organized gay sex offenders and fucking they're the P Diddies, they're the P Diddlers of Napanee, Ontario. This is another picture of him. Anybody looking to buy fentanyl in Napanee, look for this guy. Anybody looking to sell laced fentanyl, he has it, and he can get away with committing murders through it, and he has been in Napanee and in Kingston. This is Animal Killer, Robert K. number 1 rat informant, fall down meth head, crackhead, piece of shit lowlife who is guilty of torturing and killing my dog, who is guilty of death threats against me, throwing blood on a previous address as well, cutting internet cords at a previous address, throwing blood, and he's guilty of attempted murder on me with intent to commit. Once again, he is Robert Kane, 7224, number 1 rat informant, piece of shit garbage. He is also guilty of faking a kidnapping, blaming me for, and it was done against a guy who was claiming to be an O.p.p. cop. And I have it, and I've proven it was done right on a live video. So I have it all in writing. It was played out in front of me by these fuckers. I have absolutely every single day. As soon as I get up in the morning, I start getting numbed after about 5 minutes of being up. I start getting numbed from the right side of my head. And this all started happening to me after I was shot. And then I'll start getting air going through my head. And it will start to expand. And then I will start to fucking change my looks. And this all started to happen to me after I was shot in August of 2019. I look nothing like this now.
He is being hidden. He's being protected. He can verify this. He can prove this. He can implicate O.p.p involved 402 days of time on me, injuring, torturing me, brain damaging me, being lived through, having illegal O.p.p surveillance put into me.
I look nothing like that now.
History, no brain problems prior to or after or prior to August 2019, but when this started, I now have electroshock in me, lobotomizing me. Like I said, I am in a process of identity theft, identity change, lies.
It's already been done.
Medical record falsifications, medical discrimination, compliments of O.p.p and mental health worker involved in this. Dangerous, guilty, sex offenders.
That was a video that I had done, obviously, on my channel here that I have put out. Here is another picture of me from before my change.
They say that this shit is really fucking starting to change me. I'm starting to look like this piece of shit from Water Street.
That's how much changes I have had done to me from these lowlives. And the reason it happened was because of me speaking of their human trafficking and homeless exploitation. Is I'm blind in my fucking right in this eye also. There is also another one involved. His name is Christopher Brandt. His brother is a Tyandanega Reserve cop. He is involved with O.p.p, the human trafficking, the sex trade, slavery trafficking. He is guilty of stalking. He is guilty of torture crimes against me. He is guilty of using electronic weapons against me, energy weapons. Approximately 2 weeks ago, he is guilty of using Stingray on me with his brother, Chris, who is guilty of identity theft and attempted murder. If he is involved with Spencer Mills, he is a reserve cop and he is involved with murder to missing and human trafficking, sex slavery trafficking, murders and cover-ups. I am not making that accusation. I am just saying he is possibly involved, but his brother definitely is, and it would be through his brother. It would be through this cop. And Mr. Brandt, Chris, is approximately 44, 45 years old as well. He has red hair. He is a hermaphrodite. Not that that would matter, but still. Here's another picture of me, and all of these pictures are not that old. I had to actually shave my head because of me going through these identity theft and changes being done to me to prove that my skull was being seriously fucking deformed. They murdered my mother to do this to me, and I will not be proven wrong because I'm the end of my bloodline. In Napanee, if anybody wants to commit homicides, obviously anybody now knows it's the easiest place to do it, and you will get paid for it and protected. This is more me before my change is done to me. This is more my true image without my glasses. This is me with my long hair that I had. I obviously look nothing like that either now. Here's one of the changes I've been through too, to prove it. So if anybody thinks that this cannot happen, I'm proving it can. And this is no fucking joke. I was told earlier that this is not real and it is cinema. This is very well 100% real and it has nothing to do with any kind of cinema. This is about a very serious fucking crime that's happened to me and me trying to let you know about it and by whom. Because it's being done through the police. My medical rights, my legal rights, my human rights have been taken while these pieces of shit are getting away with killing people. Here's one of them too. As I said, many serious skull deforming facial changes and more. It's been done to me. Very serious. Okay, I've said and shown enough. I know this is not being seen because my stuff is being shadow banned and blocked because this is being hacked. So, but once again, this guy here, Jason Gimpy, two-step from Allstein, he goes between Napanee and Kingston. He is a fentanyl dealer. He frequents a K-Sweets place to smoke crack. He also goes to 34 Water Street, to 149 Center Street, to 1 William Bill Woodridge's place, the one that has all the alias names that killed my mother. He frequents there, and also Robert Barry's place on Bridge Street in Napanee at the Trap House. They are all very seriously jealous motherfucking lowlives. Whoops. This is a picture of me with my long hair. So I just want to let everybody know that congratulations, O.p.p. Congratulations to the doctors. Congratulations to the fall down fucking pieces of shit. Because this is done to me. You got away with killing my mother. You got away with killing my dogs. You got away with torture, crimes, full physical fucking identity theft on me. Because you're a bunch of fucking junky pieces of shit, and this is why O.p.p. use you and let you suck their dick and commit murders for them. And I'm sorry for that, but it's the truth. Once again, this is Harry Hartwick, and he is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit with and for his fucking nephew, Dale Hartwick. Yes, they are my cousin, but I now share DNA with them, and I now look like him. Dale has also probably a shaved goatee now. The one that let me know face to face that he was actually working with him for O.p.p. doing this to me. He let it fucking slip out of his own mouth. Well, at my place one time, trying to fucking set me up, he was. He came into my place. I invited him in for a coffee. I ran into him at Tim Hortons. He came into my place. I asked him if he wanted a coffee. I took him to Tim Hortons, bought him a coffee. We went back to my place to smoke a couple bongs because I smoke bongs. And come to find out that he was loaded with a shitload of drugs, and the intent was to come there and fucking frame me as well. Once again, this is Dale Hartwick. Anybody sees him, knows him. He probably has a shaved goatee now, but he's very fucking sadistic. He is very dangerous. He is dying, and he don't care who he kills. More and more time that passes, the more and more I'm being prevented from getting help, the more and more changes that I'm going through, the more and more everybody is going to get away with this, including me disappearing, including them getting away with murdering my mother. And then when this is done, they will go on to do others because they now know that they can, and they will be protected by the cops and fucking criminal doctors. Namely Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, who will medically blacklist their victims. She will lie against them, have files falsified to prevent help against them. As I said, that little kidnapping scenario that I was talking about with one Tyler Lake and a guy known as Noah Linlau that calls himself an O.p.p cop. They were playing out a fucking kidnapping. He lets on that Tyler Lake stole his fucking cell phone and he's being kidnapped and tortured by him, but yet in another one he tells me he's an O.p.p cop, and I have that in writing as well. This is the fucking games, and then here's a guy, and then the guy saying that he's an O.p.p cop, and Noah Linlau. So this is also the kind of shit that I go through as well. I am Christopher Wood. I'm 52 years old. I hope this is seen. And I am going to be dead soon and disappearing because this is pretty much finished with me. And O.p.p, congratulations, you terrorist motherfuckers. Along with Tatiana V, the Justice of the Peace, Stacy, Shelley Hafner, and Kathy for mental health. Look what the fuck you accomplished with me. All for revenge because I have no criminal record or history, no matter what any fucking cop says. No psychological record either, history, no matter what kind of lies are fucking said about me. And when I'm dead, it will be covered up because I'll be dead as somebody else. Isn't that right, Blair Hardy? Will you go on to collect fucking insurance and disability? You fucking fraudster, lowlife piece of shit, fucking garbage. One way or another, I'm gonna see you in a fucking grave for what you've done to me. I have no right to fight for my life. I have no right to fight for my bloodline, but I will see you in a fucking grave, Blair Hardy. And you take that however you want. You've already murdered me, you motherfucker. Mentally. And completely and changed my fucking identity on me, you pieces of shit crackhead bastards. All because you suck O.p.p dick who are terrorists, who are treasonous terrorist motherfucking murderers. You owe me millions of dollars, O.p.p. You owe me millions of dollars. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital doctors. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital. Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic. And Stacy mental health workers. Oh, Stacy mental health owes me millions of dollars. The hospital owes me millions of dollars. The O.p.p owes me millions of dollars because none of their pieces of shit can be arrested. And no matter what, I am not taking a fucking fall for any of your lowlives. I hope somebody also sees pictures of and videos of my others because of me showing my tattoos to let everybody know exactly other changes I've been through, to recognize my fucking body through my tattoos as being Christopher Wood, not anybody else. A 100% full physical identity theft victim by homosexual cops and their fucking fall down bastard man-hating doctors and their homosexual junkie pieces of shit sex offenders, the P. Diddlers of Napanee. Families are murdered or missing. When people disappear, I would definitely check the res. I would check O.p.p. Regardless of what color you are. I would definitely check these people to make sure they're not involved.